think in the body of Christ, we are told that we as Christians, we are part of the body of Christ, and it's so important that we stay connected to each other. Hey guys, welcome to Joe Knows, and we have been in a little collective talking about suffering, and a couple of weeks ago I talked about how God uses suffering to help us to grow, and then the next little message was about how he also uses suffering so that we can actually come alongside other people when they suffer. And what I wanted to do today as I wrap up this little talk on suffering is I want to talk to you about one of the important ways that we can endure the difficult times that come in life. So recently my wife's brother passed away. He had brain cancer. And in fact, we didn't film last week because I was out in South Carolina at the memorial service funeral. And it was really interesting because we got there and so many of the family had come together, flying in from all over the country to be together. There was a memorial service at the church in the morning, and then in the afternoon, all of us went to my brother, Tony's brother's house. And his wife was there, and all the family was there. And to see all those people together, aunts, uncles, siblings, nieces, nephews, and you saw the comfort that people were able to bring to each other. And I think we learned something about the importance of when we're going through something difficult to not be isolated, to be together. I want to give you an illustration of this. There is a tree called the sequoia, or the redwood tree, in the sequoia forest. But they're redwood trees, and these are some of the biggest trees that exist on the planet. They are huge. Some of these trees have actually been tunneled through, and the tree stays alive. You build a tunnel, and you can drive a car right through the tree. That's how big and wide the trees are. And you would imagine these trees live for hundreds and hundreds of years in the redwood forest. It's almost, I don't think it's it may be one of the 7 wonders of the world. I don't think it is, but it should be right up there. It's an amazing thing. And you would think that those roots on those trees, because the trees are so big, so enormous, you would think those roots go really deep, but they actually don't. What makes them so strong, makes these trees so strong and able to stand against the storms the storms and all the different winds and everything that happens, is their roots. They're in a forest, the redwood trees, and their roots intertwine with each other, and the trees actually hold the other trees up. They actually hold them up, and that's why they're so strong. And I think in the body of Christ, we are told that we as Christians, we are part of the body of Christ. We're in a body, and we're parts of the body, and it's so important that we stay connected to each other. If you read through the New Testament, you'll see so many places where it talks about what we call the one another's, things that we do with one another, things we do together. And I think what I want to say is, in times that you may be struggling in life, maybe some finances, maybe spiritually, whatever happens, we tend to isolate ourselves. And in those moments, we make ourselves very vulnerable because we don't have anyone to lean on. But when we stay together and when we stay in community, and that's why it's so important to be a part of a church. In Hebrews, it says this: do not forsake the assembling of yourselves together. Okay, it's so important that we gather together as the body of Christ. And one of the reasons is that we can rub off on each other, we can encourage each other. But the other thing is, when we are struggling, we do not have to be alone. We can have other people in the body of Christ coming alongside us, helping us to walk and even soar through whatever it is that we're facing. So my encouragement to you is this. First of all, how are things going? Great. I'm so happy. Get connected, because in this life, things will not necessarily always go great. When they don't go great, having other people to lean on, to walk through it, or even to carry us through, is going to be something that can really help you to survive the storms that come in life. And I hope we'll take advantage of that opportunity. Prepare yourself ahead of time, and then make sure that you've got people around you as you suffer. Don't isolate yourself. Stay together, and you'll be able to stand the test of whatever comes your way. God bless you. I'll talk to you next week.